Welcome to the Athletics Collective. Today I'm here with Coach Rochleau, head coach of the Varsity Eagles volleyball team. Coach, tell me a little bit about, I know the season's over here, but tell me a little bit about how the season was. Did it really go as you had it playing out in your head? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, kind of got going this summer, and we were pretty hopeful about having a pretty solid year. We were returning quite a few varsity athletes back to the team, and we felt like we had a pretty good shot to have a great season. We knew the conference schedule we were going to play super tough. A lot of really good teams, a lot of senior heavy teams. We were still a little bit young, only having 3 seniors on our team this year. But we were really hopeful about coming out and having a stronger showing from 2023.
Okay, well that's good. I know the big thing is just winning districts this year. I know that was awesome. Last year, I think we fell short in the championship game. Is that right?
Yeah, that's true. And kind of talking about the road leading up to districts. Our schedule, I feel like it's one of the best schedules in the area. We didn't have a perfect record going into districts. I can't remember exactly how many wins we had, but we had, I think, somewhere about 14 losses. But when we kind of looked at who we're playing, I think we ended up facing 7 of those losses were against future district champions. 4 of the losses were against Final Four teams. We traveled to other parts of the state to try to play some of the best teams in different areas of the state.
Of course.
And that ended up actually to, I think, help us in the long run and kind of prepare us for our district run.
And so what were your feelings after winning districts and just when that last play happened, and what was that like for you?
Yeah, it was a pretty neat night. If anybody happened to be there, the atmosphere was awesome. It's the kind of thing you hope for your athletes to get to experience at least one time in their high school career. So the fact that they got to do it on that night, to win districts at home against a crosstown rival, in a game where we were probably supposed to lose. We were definitely be considered the underdogs in that situation. Having been swept by St. Clair earlier in the season. So, we knew, when we came out and took the first 2 sets, I told the girls, it's not over yet. Like, St. Clair's too good. They're going to fight back. And so dropping the next 2 sets kind of made for this fantastic finish. Very dramatic. And I think, it set the tone. I think the first play of the 5th set, St. Clair missed their serve. And they had the momentum going into that set, and I just think right there we're like, okay, we got a shot, and we kind of set the tone for that from the beginning. But then it came down to 13-13, and who was going to win the next point was going to get game point. So called timeout. We talked about a play we wanted to run. They executed it perfectly, and then finished it on that last serve. So it was surreal. I think. It was really probably one of the highlights of my coaching career.
Yeah, and I was at that game and just seeing how each pep club was just huge and seeing them go back and forth and the energy in that place. I mean, that was just a really good experience, a really good memory of being in that building, and it was pepped up for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's neat for the girls. I told them, not many get to experience that. I think that team is one of only six district champions in our school history.
Wow.
So over the last 60 years of volleyball, only 6 teams have got to experience, and I've been a part of 5 of those district championships, and that had to be one of the best ones. I mean, awesome. I think just that atmosphere and getting to beat St. Clair, and so I just think that's something they'll remember forever, and I think it's going to kind of motivate them as we move into kind of thinking about next season and some of the goals we want to achieve next year.
And so that kind of leads me to ask, like, what is your favorite part about coaching a volleyball team? I mean, what do you think?
I think a couple things. Probably the best part is just getting to work with the athletes, getting to know them outside of just your typical classroom setting, getting to spend time with them. You get to really learn who they are, and we have some really awesome girls in our program, so it's just a ton of fun to be around them on a daily basis like that. Kind of giving them an opportunity to have something great happen to them in high school. I think I didn't have the best high school experience on my team. And I knew I loved the sport and I loved coaching, so it's always been my goal to help these girls have a great experience. Whether that means we have a winning season and a district championship, or maybe not, but we just have a lot of fun together and have a lot of bonding moments. So that's super fun, and I love the challenge of coaching. Like every year we have a new lineup, and how are we going to make it work, and how are we going to fit the pieces together to make the best team. So
yeah, it's like that big puzzle,
Yeah.
And so that leads me to say, so like, how is that perspective different for you being a player in high school and then like just being a coach now? How many years have you coached now?
I'm pretty confident this is my 16th year.
16th?
I have to go back and count that every once in a while, but somewhere around about 16 years as a head coach. So I've spent the majority of my career in this role, and as a player, it was great. I loved playing. We didn't have the best program at the time. We didn't have a lot of success, and there was some issues that just didn't make it quite as fun as I knew it could be. So I always had a dream of like coming back here and helping take this program up to be as similar, as competitive as some of our other awesome girls programs, like our girls softball team and our girls basketball team.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's really cool to hear, and but thank you so much for being with us today, and we appreciate your thoughts, and I hope that hope the next season up and coming. I know you'll be starting this summer again, but I hope this next year's season goes well for you all, and that we can put another district championship go back to back, right?
Back to back. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yep.